Hey traders, welcome back to the FX YouTube channel. I hope everyone is doing good today. In this video, I'll review the recent price action and then analyze the markets to give some ideas where price may want to go next. So let's get into the charts and have a look in more detail. And just a really quick reminder, if you find value while watching this video, please be sure to click the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. As always, starting with the fundamentals, we have unemployment claims and PMI during New York. So could be volatile during New York again. Moving on to DXY, you can see that yesterday we got a really nice push down, and then we got a really nice push to the upside. Unfortunately, it didn't reach the level I was expecting. Let's just have a quick look at the fibs. So, if we look at the fibs, you can see that the pullback did come back to the OT level. So there is a good chance that it may just come down from here. I mean, technically it did clear most of the imbalance. I mean, it left a little behind, but I mean, most of it was cleared. And whoops, sorry, wrong chart. Okay, back to the right chart. So let me get rid of this and let's have a look the other way. So for DXY, I mean, DXY is, technically bullish. It created a higher high. So if we look at the long scenario, you can see price came down to the 618 retracement level. So even from longs, I mean, potentially, I mean, it could just go up from this demand level. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that again. So, I mean, technically, I mean, it can really go either way, depending on your bias. I mean, considering structure is bullish, we could easily see price come down, test demand, and then push up and attack the highs. We could also see price come down, sweeping the lows, going deeper into demand, and then from there pushing up and attacking the highs. For the bearish scenario, I would still like to see that weekly imbalance tapped, and then price shoot down from there. And the reason why I'd like to see the price come down, even though it's bullish, I mentioned it before, we swept the liquidity from a major high. So normally you would expect a bigger pullback after you take out all that liquidity, or potentially even a reversal. So for the time being, I'm quite indifferent on where price may go for DXY. I could see price go either direction from here. I mean, if you look at it now, it looks like it wants to come to the downside more than it wants to go to the upside. But at the same time, like I said before, it could easily hit a demand level, or even sweep the lows and reverse from there as well. So I'll continue to see how price develops on DXY. Honestly, well, you'll see when I get to EU. I'm not interested to really force any trades for the time being. So let's move on to EU. So for EU, I mean, the way I see it right now, kind of looks like we're correctively pushing to the upside. And if that really is the case, then what can you expect in this scenario? You could see price take whatever liquidity it wants to take, and then after that, shoot down from there. So let me just remove this. So you can see we have a lot of liquidity resting above as well as below. As my bias is bullish, I would prefer that price goes for the liquidity below before pushing up. So I could see this liquidity being swept before pushing to the upside. At the same time, as I said before, I could see this imbalance being cleared, just cleared, doesn't necessarily even need to go to the demand, and then from there pushing to the upside. At the same time, one other thing I could see, I could see EU going for the liquidity above, then coming down, and then after that pushing to the upside. So I mean, that's the way I'm seeing it right now. But if we go to the 15-minute, oh, we are pushing up really nicely right now. So we're starting to clear that liquidity right as we speak. So this could be quite interesting because are my trades still safe? Barely. I think my entry is like up here and up here. So if it goes for this high, then my trades are out. But anyways, as I was saying, so we've come out really quite nicely. So we need to see what happens from here. Potentially it could just be taking this liquidity and may push to the downside thereafter. When I was preparing this video, we were actually way down here, and I had really no intention to trade in that area. But now that we're starting to push up, we could have some really nice areas for entries, especially here. If this high holds, we've already taken the liquidity here that could be used for inducement to potentially push the price down, or at the same time we could so first scenario is, I mean, we've taken the liquidity here, so maybe start to come down from here. We could also sweep the liquidity here, come up a little higher, and then start coming down. And I could also see taking all the liquidity on the upside before pushing down. Assuming it comes down. I mean, potentially it may just go to the moon from here without without taking those equal lows out. I kind of find that hard to believe, but yeah, it could happen. I mean, with the way price has been moving with DXY and EU these days, I wouldn't be surprised. So anyways, like I was saying, I just can't imagine price not coming down and taking that liquidity out. And if it ever does, those are going to be the main trades that I'm looking for. I'll be looking for trades around, well, a sweep of the lows into the OTE area, or potentially below, to take the price to the upside. So as I drill the 4 hours, I mean, it's clear where the liquidity is. You can see it here. I mean, price should go on either side, taking out that liquidity before attacking the opposite direction. Like I said, I am starting to get more interested to look for trades now that we've started to take some liquidity, potentially in this area, and potentially a break of this as well. So we may have some nice trading opportunities for London. And then I'm expecting we'll probably eventually come down and have some nice longs later on, especially with the news. If the price doesn't come down before the news will likely push it down. And then assuming that, I mean, we just don't drop and break the lows, hopefully we'll get a reversal at one of these areas, and then push right back up. So as I mentioned before, I currently have 2 shorts running, but really looking at how the price is moving right now, and how I'm expecting more liquidity to be taken before coming down, is very, very likely my shorts will get taken out. I can't remember if it was here and here where I have my entries, or somewhere up here and here. But anyways, it's really not too far away. I mean, probably 5-10 pips by now. So the chance that it gets taken out now is very, very high. Anyways, just to sum up, as I said before, I'm still bullish on EU. I'm looking now for trades in any of these areas that I mentioned before, for shorts. If we don't get those setups, then I'll just ignore the charts, walk away, and then see what New York looks like a few hours later. And like I said, I mean, price could go either direction in the current range, but as it's come up quite nicely now, I would like to see shorts anywhere from here or a little higher to take it down below the equal lows. And even if it comes down and takes out the equal lows, comes into the OTE area, yes, that could be a really nice area to look for longs, but at the same time, I'm not convinced price will stop there, as we still have that imbalance below, and I'd really like to see that imbalance fully cleared before pushing to the upside. Anyways, that more or less sums up how I'm looking at the market for today. Hopefully you found it useful. Let me know your thoughts on today's price action by leaving a comment below. And as a reminder, if you found value in this video, please be sure to click the like button and subscribe to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Have a wonderful trading day and look forward to seeing you for the next one. See you guys soon. Peace. Hey, you made it to the very end. Thanks for that. If you could do me one more favor and click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, it'll allow the YouTube algos to kick in and help this channel grow. Thanks again. Cheers.